Yo, what's Gucci, guys? Does this shit work? This shit better walk. Hello, guys. To test if this works, we're gonna do some test. Okay, it works. The fuck is this? What's up, guys? How's everyone? How's everyone doing? Guys, actually, I wasn't supposed to do this stream. Okay, two things went wrong. First of all, Ring's not here. Rest in fucking peace. He's not dead. Obviously, he's alive, but he's busy with life. He's celebrating. He's doing good for himself. He's doing very fucking good for himself. So let's shout out for Ring, obviously, if he's watching this even or not. Might watch it sometime. But I was not supposed to do this stream for that reason, but also, guys, I had to even fucking... If this shit crashes, by the way, because this shit might crash. And if it crashes, just know it's been nice knowing y'all. Because ever since yesterday, my PC is cooked. I swear to God, this brand new PC is cooked. Let's just say blue screens, guys. If there's any fucking like PC expert, this is your time to shine. Because it's difficult. I've been getting blue screens. Blue fucking screens. 5 minutes. Then 10 minutes blue screen. Then 20. I'm using my PC for 20 minutes. Then I get blue screen. I've tried everything. I checked the fucking RAM. 1 stick. 2 sticks. Maybe not RAM. I reinstalled the fucking Windows. Okay? I even fucking reset the BIOS. Still cooked. Still cooked. And after that, I used DDU to clean out the drivers for the GPU. Still cooked. It's random. Yo, Abdul. How are you? I'm good. Listen, man, I'm doing good. I'm being positive, but I'm coping a bit because my PC is kind of in a bad state right now. I'm streaming from it. It's unstable. You know, it freezes sometimes, and when it freezes, it's over. If it freezes, this stream is gone. This stream is history. So just let's enjoy it like it's the last stream you'll ever have, because that's what the fuck this is. Blue screen of death. That's what they call it. Blue screen of fucking death. Brand new PC. I don't know if it's a hot take, but I think Joe Goldberg is a sexual 6 at the site. Not sure if it's a hot take, considering many people were kind of arguing for this take before. You know, it's not like a hot take. Like, holy shit, this is, you know, no one thought of it. I think it was kind of more of a common take. Obviously, this SCI Sexual 9 is also a take, but one of my friends actually typed him LSI. That's great. That was kind of, you know, LSI Sexual 6. They read the book and they kind of were like, yo, this peeping Tom, you know, jerking off in the woods type of motherfucker fits the Sexual 6 very well. Like the character very well, right? So maybe, you know what, maybe you deserve credit for this take. Maybe you deserve credit because maybe you're an original thinker. You know, you thought originally. So fuck it. Let's stay positive, man. I don't think it's gonna be this extreme even. Listen. Listen. Okay. If you have a PC, right? There's a reason why people prefer consoles over PCs. There's a reason. Because there's nothing to fix. You don't need to be smart to have a console. You just run the fucking game. If you own a PC, you have to understand PCs, bro. You have to be a troubleshooter. You have to understand the components, the fucking RAM. What the fuck, how this shit works. Can you open it? Can you fix it? If you don't know how to fix it, don't buy a good PC. That's all I have to say. I'm a troubleshooter with all of my friends surrounding me who are trying to help me at all times. Of course, because alone I would not fucking do it. Isn't Joe Goldberg sexual for? I don't see it. Paul, nothing's going on, man. I was just venting. I was venting about my PC, bro, because my setup is unstable. Okay? It's unstable. I'm getting blue screen, bro. Blue screen. I'm doing nothing. I'm doing fucking nothing. Blue screen. 5 minutes in. 10 minutes in. Blue screen. It's completely random. I was playing Last of Us 2. I was playing Dragon Age yesterday. Well, I wasn't. It wasn't me. With my wife. But either way, that happened. No problem. 5 hours playing. No problem. The next day, I open it. Boom. 40 minutes blue screen. It's random. And usually when shit's random, it's nonsensical. Fuck, it's nonsensical. Fuck. But you know what? Listen, man's gonna fucking eat protein bars because this life's not easy. It's not me, man. I don't play Dragon Age. My wife did. Okay, so I was saying. Listen, there's no Ring. Ring got decapitated. I'm joking. No. Ring is busy because he's doing big things right now, you know? So basically he has a new apartment and new stuff, so he's a bit busy, but I'm not gonna fucking slack off. I can't slack off, for fuck's sake. But yeah, my wife loves Dragon Age, man. I'm not much of an RPG player, I'll be honest with you. You know? Yo, what's up, Cirque? It's most likely a software issue. I feel you may need a new Windows. And you know what's funny? Let's double the motherfucker. Reset BIOS. BIOS reset. Reinstalled Windows. Still fucking up. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's you. Oh man. It's cooked, man. It's cooked. Social 6. Yo, your Ring's not here to answer the good questions. That means today, we fucking up. We're not gonna do typology today. It's gonna be a fuckfest. Could work with passive. How is 2V? Maybe I should watch you. Yo, you is good. Well, the TV show is good. I binged that shit. But can Social 6 work with passive? I already forgot what the passive 2V is. You know? Have we already decapitated? Sorry guys. I'm chaotic. That's my problem. Ring's not here. There's chaos and there's only madness in chaos. So it's a bit messy. Maybe I should change the fucking stream name to 5,000 subscribers. You know what? Fuck that. 5,000 subscribers. That's it. We're changing the name. Boom. Because I feel like it's better. You know, he's not here. Ring's not here. So I don't think we should have a proper name for this shit. Okay. Okay, guys. Wait. Yes. So shall we? But yes, I'm a bit stressed. I'm a bit stressed because it's like, what are you chasing? But I was looking for I was trying to find the message of the blue screen with some apps and shit. I did good. Have we already decapitated EIE social? Wait, where the fuck is my shit? Okay. Oh yeah. Have we decapitated EIE social 2, or is it too early? I would say many did decapitate it. Yeah, you know, I think many did decapitate it. It's not really eliminated completely, but it might. Who knows, right? It might. Maybe I should watch you. You should, because it's a very good fucking show. Isn't it the archetype for EIE? No, it's been changed. The archetype is SCE now, man. We live in different times. What would for no, probably SP9. Probably, you know, maybe SP9 archetypally. Hey Russ, yo, what's up, Jan Reda? Do you agree with Javier's new claim about correlations? For example, the thing is, I'm not really paying attention as much to people's correlations, to their, like, everyone has a different correlation list. You know, like all of my friends have like a different correlation list, and it's from one person to another, and I'm not really trying to not fixating on it, you know, who has what, but I'm pretty sure that social 3 LIE gets decapitated. I can see why. You know, when you read the classic Socionics LIE, you might not think that's a social 3. So I understand why that happens. But to decapitate it completely and replace it with IE, I'm guessing, that's a bit ballsy, you know? Are you planning? Yes, I'm planning to make more videos like that for sure. Thank you for reminding me, actually. Thank you for fucking reminding me. Yeah. Thank you. Have you watched Avatar The Last... No, I haven't watched Avatar The Last Airbender. Because, yeah, I didn't. I mean, technically I did maybe when I was growing up. You know, when I was growing up, a teenager or some shit. Yeah, I was probably watching it, but I have no idea, no recollection. It's like asking me about Dragon Ball Z. I don't remember. Did Ring go... Ring went for milk, never came back. I'm kidding. He will be back. He will be back, and he's gonna be back strong. SCE Social 2, EIE Social 1. Things change a lot. I read a little about E1 and seems very TE based. You should, listen, I always say, make your own conclusion. Read the Social 1, make your own conclusion. I wasn't the one who came up with those correlations personally, so I don't give a fuck about that, you know, to be honest with you. Have you watched Prison Break? I haven't watched Prison Break. Which is kind of funny, right? I watched like 1,000 movies in my life. Haven't watched fucking Prison Break, even though it's good. What's the most philosophical thing you can think of right now? When you're taking a shit, it's important to clear your head, to be one with your body, and to just push as hard as you can, because that's life. Life will make you push. And it's just like the shit. It will come out one way or another. Just keep pushing. That's it. That's my philosophical for today. Is Russ on his own? Voluntas, welcome to the stream. What's up, guys? Yes, today I am on my own. Obviously, yeah. It's like you guys can see. Well, obviously he's on the camera alone. No. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm alone because Ring is busy. He's doing good things with his life. So for now, this stream, he's not here. But it's okay. I cannot stop the grind. Push it, and that's the point, guys. See, the shit analogy is basically push it until you get it. And that's it. And it will hurt. It might hurt. Sometimes you're pushing hard. Honestly, blood vessels are just fucking exploding in your ass. It might happen. It might even happen that you're bleeding. It might happen. You might be fucking bleeding. But you don't let that shit stop you. How many of you guys took a shit and you're bleeding and you stopped taking a shit? No. Like, happens. That was a tough one. You move on. Same thing. That's life. Russ is a philosopher now, retype. Yeah, that anagram 5. Social 2 is also described as cold and logical, isn't it? This can be very easily misrepresented, I think. The idea that the type is cold. They're Enneagram 2. And we cannot forget about this. They're still seductive characters, conquerors of hearts. They're not truly cold and logical. They aren't. They belong to the most emotional type. So that's not the... Social 2 isn't this way. Very passionate, very alive. But... they tend to be a bit more cold in a sense in how they deal with emotions. There's a freezing component. So yes, but I'm not sure. You hitting the big ones. For physics, I'm not sure if that makes sense. SC base for physics, that's kind of crazy to me, but when will you let Ring escape from the basement? It's all good, man. It's all good. Fuck. When you fail, don't give up. If others put you down, ignore them. Look in front of the mirror every morning, assume that you can reach anything. I would say, you know, if we are talking about genuinely like that kind of thing, I will always say focus on yourself. That's literally like, that's the number one thing. That's the number one advice you can give to anyone. Focus on yourself. Right? Don't give a fuck what anyone else are doing. Why do you care what this motherfucker's doing? You know, he's doing whatever, he's successful, he's not. Why do you give a shit? Why are you not on your own shit? Why are you not grinding? Why are you not on your own projects? Why are you not doing what you want to do? You're obsessing about others. You know? So, always, once you start focusing on yourself, dude, life's different. Holy shit. Trust me, life is different. You need to have your own vision. All the other fuckers, they don't matter. They don't matter. Social do pretend to be called to have sense of psychological superiority, but they're very passionate. This guy, guys, give him a fucking candy. Can someone give him a candy? I mean, it's a... yeah, rings in the basement. No. It's a simple advice, you know? I don't want to be like, oh my god, I'm so fucking deep, look at me, I give you advice, well, so philosophical. No, it's a simple advice. It's a very basic advice, but it's an advice no one's following in today's world. And that's the problem. You're on social media, you know? What do they have that I don't have? That's what they're thinking. You know, how many likes do I get? You get validation because people, how they perceive you, how they like you. And that's the nature of today's fucking world. You know? It's a competition. That's why fuckers have Facebooks and all of that shit. It's Instagrams. I never knew what the fuck to do with Instagram. I swear to God. It's like, I made like a roster Instagram. I don't know what the fuck to do with it. I'm sorry. It's like, dude, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing. And if you use it for marketing, I understand it. But if you use it for personal life, you know, you're showing off. What the fuck are you showing off anyway? What candy do you like? People are usually too concerned with the philosophy and appearance and the result of what it means to be someone who gets shit done. And every second they do that, they're not doing their thing. Yeah. Like, man, shit. Okay, one time, guys, pay attention to this guy in the fucking chat. Pay attention to this guy in this chat called Shibo. This is important information, right? This is important. So, Shibo, he talks like he's a fucking school teacher. He talks like a motivational speaker. I wouldn't be surprised if he takes a shit. He's gonna give you a speech. It's the most motivational fucking shit-taking speech ever. Whenever I talk to him, he hits me with something basic. It's like he has it sorted out. This guy's crazy. What do you think about SP4? Listen, I know there's this huge dilemma of the type. And I know everyone disagrees, right? Like, oh, it's 1E. Listen, I've typed a couple of people as SP4. And I'm not saying that's the fucking proof and all be all, because I typed them as that, you know? But personally, to me, I typed them as that. I couldn't type them as anything else because guess what? They were very much a 4 and they were very much a SP4. But they were not comfortable with their emotions, you know? In fact, they really tried repressing it and tried to kind of shy away from the vulnerability. Even much more than I ever did. You know, I don't think about the kind of shit. So it's very different, but I typed my wife as 3E and SP4. And it's hard for me to justify anything else because of this kind of weirdness with emotions. I mean, sorry, you know, fuck. I think it works. Do you have a great deal? No. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know many social two, maybe Tupac, and even though he might even be a social late, and I'm not sure, okay? I think Shibo is SP3. Is it common for the social 7 LIE to be confused for? Yes. Oh, yes, yes. Because the social 7 can be identified, and I know Ring, who is an LIE social 7, he mistyped as a 3 core for like a long time. Everyone thought he's a 3 core, he's image oriented. But the social 7 is image oriented. They are, right? And they want to have the image of a helpful, good, kind, extraordinary person. So it's easy to mistake them. But at the end of the day, this 7 is much more irresponsible, much more flaky, and much more hedonistic in the true sense, right? The 3 core truly identifies with its image. The 7 knows they are fraud. The 3, it's hard for the 3 to know they're fraud. They truly embody the image that they are representing. Big difference. Because people forget every type has connection to image. The Enneagram 8 has self-perception and image. The Enneagram 7, 3, 2. Every type has a connection to image that they're presenting to the world. So it's not about, well, he has an image. Every type has an image. The 8 has an image of a strong, capable person, right? So that's still a fucking image. The difference is that even if some of the types might portray something excessive, they kind of know it's a cap. You know? They kind of fucking know it's a cap. Like the social 7. He knows he's kind of a fraudulent motherfucker. Well, that's because, listen, I haven't read much about the social 7, so the social 6. But if TI role is the only single argumentation for the social 6, I don't think it should be used. That's my opinion. If it's literally the only argumentation, it's kind of weird, you know, just that TI role, because what, he wants to follow systems. But the TI base SP6 is now weird. It's now weird. I think Tupac was a social 8. I would type both my mom and sister. I would type both my mom and sister. As so what are we gonna do now? Are we supposed to change the types? Are we supposed to like, oh no, they're not that type? Fuck that. I'm not gonna do that. Which types would do this? 6 attention in chats online rages because they don't like. Man, someone who needs to grow the fuck up. Either it needs to receive a beating, I would say an actual beating can make them grow, or bro, come on, you know, it's a toddler. I don't think you can even say it's a type. It's maybe you can say like image core, like maybe even sexual 7, or even then sexual 7s will come to me and be like, well, that's not true. So you can say sexual 4, you can say SP2, sexual 2, like maybe sexual 2, right? Maybe. But even then, it's just a stereotype. It's just a stereotype. You have... Guys, that's what I'm saying. Shiba on his grind. You think you're invincible because you relate to the character. I think I'm like invincible because my dad beat the shit out of me. We're not the same. I mean, listen. The truth is, right, people grow because they go through something very fucked up. We all kind of agree about that, right? People can grow, become stronger because they overcome difficulties in life, early life. So maybe if your dad's beating the shit out of you, I used to think it's a good thing, you know, growing up. I'm like, it's a great thing. You know, thank God. Thank you, Father. Because now, look at me. That's what I'm thinking. Thank you. What the fuck? You know, now I realize, well, it's not a good thing. You know, even if you grow from it in some way, you know, it's a delusion. It's not a good thing. Okay? So don't get beaten by your dad. Beat him instead. Fuck, man. Problem solved. My mom is a sexual 2. And my sisters, probably like a sexual 7. Rest in the fuck peace. You need psychological evaluation right now, in fact, because that fucking sucks. I grew up with a mother, Enneagram 2, by the way. Enneagram 2. My father, Enneagram 1. Probably a sexual 1. My father was probably a sexual 1. My mother was like a Enneagram 2. So imagine And now you look at me and you are surprised? No, you're like, this makes perfect sense. This makes perfect fucking sense. My mom was wild. Holy shit. My dad is SP1 and my mom, yeah, dude. Wait, what is your type? Do you type like a 7? What do you type as? What type of neurosis is on display when someone films themselves crying and healing from their trauma? Yo! Come on, man! Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, blessed. I need you to tell me one thing. Blessed, right now, I need you to tell me one thing. Are you gonna be active in this stream right now? I can make you a mod, by the way. I can just give you a moderator, because you're a moderator on my server. So do you want to moderate? Like, just be on the sidelines? Because my moderators are drunk. Don't tell anyone, obviously. But, wait. Okay, let's go back. Healing from their trauma by recording themselves crying is a very neurotic person. They need psychological help. I don't even want to say honestly, I kind of feel like a 2 would do that. SP, although they're prideful, so that's a problem. Sexual 7. Sorry, oh man, Sexual 7 is getting fucking flame. I never drank alcohol in my life. You usually stream when I'm at the gym. What the fuck are you doing at the gym at this time? What time is it? You were Brazilian. That's why. Man, I have such a strong fan base in fucking Brazil. It's crazy. Like, I fucking love Brazil. I love Brazil. I just feel I'm one with Brazil. Holy shit, bro. Same, Rust. Having sexual who must be. Which field of life do you think someone gets fucked up? They grow the most. I mean, realistically, man. Listen, realistically, like when you're growing up, you don't grow from being fucked up, and that's what many people don't understand. You know. It's easy to be like, oh, I became tougher because my dad was harsh on me, whatever the fuck. That's a cope. Yeah, that's a defense mechanism. The true growth would be like if your parents, they challenge you, but they don't break you in a sense. You know, they don't scar you, they don't traumatize you, but they challenge you enough, but they build your confidence and they make you, parents are fucking shit. That's the truth. Parents don't know how to fucking parent. Like, it's like you have a kid. It's like a project. You need to make sure he grows up to feel confident, to be confident, to overcome life obstacles. So you need to prepare them for that, But parents do the opposite. They instill low self-esteem in kids and they break the mental. It's weird. Like, why the fuck would you want that? So it's very strange. But you need to encourage and you need to have the fucking challenge them, but don't push them, Everyone has SP2 mother. That's crazy. That's crazy. Every fucking mother. Okay, so Voluntas is social 7. I did remember that correctly. I was thinking that actually. Rust, how are you 8 but don't have strict boundaries? I know this might not be related to Enneagram, but I think being thick-skinned also needs you not to let anyone cross your boundaries. I think it depends. Boundaries are personal. What is a boundary for you might not be a boundary for me. What is not a boundary for me might be a boundary for someone else. But I would never say I don't have strict boundaries. I mean, I'm not sure if that's true, I'm not sure if it's, I don't think about my boundaries a lot, but if I feel like if I don't like something, I'm gonna react in the moment, obviously there are some things I don't like at all, I don't tolerate, but many things are reactionary, many things happen in the moment, and how I might feel about that kind of thing. But I think being thick-skinned also means You cannot react to every single thing, right? You cannot react to every single thing. That's what being thick-skinned also means. You can't just fucking react to every single thing that happens. It has to be serious enough for you to react to it. Like, ideally, that's what I think. Ideally, that's how it should be. My mom is a sexual. Wow. My father's an Enneagram 8. Not sure about subtype. Do you like your father? By the way, on a serious note, do you like your father? Too busy to come back. I never drank alcohol in my life. Well, how old are you, Paul? Because, I mean, obviously no 27-year-old will be like, I never drank alcohol in my life. I'm assuming you're young. How to know if I'm FI base or just SX? Stop. Well, first of all, stop even thinking about those two things. Figure out if you're an FI base. Stop thinking about sexual shit. In fact, all this instinctual shit, you are more likely to confuse your instinct than you are to confuse your base or your elements. Stick to Socionics when it comes to figuring this out. I'm a fan of Enneagram, but this kind of shit, it's harder to know. With FI based stuff, you have more to go from. You have dichotomies, you have other shit. Here, you're kind of fucked. Thoughts on sociotypes. Thoughts on how sociotypes deal with superego. On one hand, you can try to counterphobic. You know, it's weird how some sociotypes almost try to self-actualize so much, right? It's very interesting how that happens. And some, you know, like some SCEs are more intellectually like inclined, you know, like there is clearly they care a lot about the TI stuff. You know, they're so uptight about it. And on the other hand, you have just degenerate junkies who don't even want to spend one time thinking what's a contradiction and what isn't. I think it does depend on the person. I think maybe some people have a stronger superego. I mean, maybe that's the case. You know, maybe it's a spectrum. And I know, guys, just like fucking sexuality, they used to say back in 2020 or 2018. Same thing here. Maybe it's a fucking spectrum. Maybe someone else is more TI polar than you are. Maybe you are more FI roll than they are. Right? I go to the gym at 2 a.m. to LARP as Daredevil. Actually, I love that though. Like, I love that shit. Like, I would... Latest I went to the gym, I remember it was around like 1 something, near to 2 a.m. Great workout. No one to bother me. Great workout. Have you considered Tape to be a mod? May I like Tape. Could be. But he didn't fill out the form. So, you know, initially I just asked people who wanted, who were willing, so. You gotta keep in mind that it's your parents' first time being a parent in this life. They're still human. Yeah, I'll tell you this, man. Listen. Yeah, but... Yeah, so who the fuck cares about that? You know? It's fucking first time for... It's everything we do is also our first time, but I feel like there are differences. As a parent, that you want to be a parent, you should want to understand the human experience more, right? Because you're like, okay, I want to have a baby. I want to have a kid, assuming it's planned. So you want to make sure that you are able to handle what comes with it, that you are self-aware enough to deal with it, and instead of projecting your own shit on the kid. One of the biggest problems I've seen with parents, I believe you guys will agree in the chat, by the way. Biggest problem with parents, inability to accept their bad. They cannot tolerate seeing themselves as bad in any way, shape, or form. The parent will not recognize that they're doing damage to you because it crushes their ego. It crushes their self-perception. They can't cope. I don't want to be bad. I want to be a good father. I want to be a good mother. You know? And they can't cope with that shit. So they don't take responsibility. Biggest issue of a parent, not taking responsibility. And I was always straightforward with this. Listen, if you fucked me up, whatever, that's fine, but just be straight with it. Why are you bullshitting? You know, like, oh no, like, you know, yeah, you're fucked in the head, so you fucked other people in the head too. But that's fine, but be honest with it. Be real about it. Why are you playing this saint game? Like you were saying you're good. No, who gives a fuck? The point is you did what you did, but that's not the end of the world. As long as you own up to it, I think there's some respect to be had. You know? Like, fuck, man. Parents are just... I don't fucking have sympathy for this bullshit parent thing. Oh, parents, it's their first time. Yeah, fucking shit. First time. Don't have a kid if you can deal with it. If the only thing you can do to it is to traumatize it, don't have a kid. Simple. Holy shit, I knew this shit in my early 20s. Holy fuck. And they're like, you know, come on, man. Which type wants to control, but also wants to be controlled at the same time? Depends what you mean, wants to be controlled. What does that mean? Wants to be controlled? Because I got some ideas. I was even thinking maybe ESI. Unironically, I was kind of thinking maybe ESI. About my father, I noticed how he made me tough, aggressive, and effective, but we struggle a lot and we have a lot of conflict. I don't want to say that he made you aggressive, that's a good thing. I don't want to say that because aggressive, that's kind of like, what does that really mean? Aggressive. I mean, you know, aggressive. Tough, that's good. Effective, that's great. You know, but aggressive in of itself, it can be good, can be bad, can be anything. You know, the way you use aggression in of itself is not bad. It's good to have it. It's good to be ready to use it, you know, but depends how you use it. House rings as bipolar like. Does he force to the dishes instead? But seriously, how do you describe it? I mean, he doesn't clearly talk much about it, you know, but from what I know, he's the world of the material world, money, perceptions of money, he doesn't like to talk about it, you know. He's doing well for himself. This is a guy who's doing very well for himself, doesn't like, he feels uncomfortable with it, with that kind of thing, you know. How people feel if people get sick around him, it's over. It's over. If people get sick around him, panicky. Doesn't know how to deal with it, but wants you to be okay. But, you know, it's funny to see that. But even stuff like that, you'll see it, you know. People's internal sensation, his own comfort level, how he feels. But you will not see him talk much about that, you know, which I guess makes sense. Oh. What's up, brother? From another mother. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Always. From the beginning. We've been here from the beginning, man. See. I want to talk about the father thing. You should understand the human experience, including your parents. If you have shitty parents, they better be parents. They don't have many mistakes because... That's the problem with parenthood. If I had a kid, I told my wife, I would be straight the fuck up. I would be honest. I would tell the kid, listen, I'm no saint. I'm no saint, you know. I would tell the kid I might make mistakes, might act in the ways maybe that are not the most optimal or the best at all times, but I will always try. I'll always fucking try, you know. And as long as they know, they'll feel like, you know, he gives a shit. He's been honest with me, you know, and that's the thing. But you need to understand, making mistakes, that's normal. Everyone makes a fucking mistake. Who the fuck? It's fucking normal. It's the most normal shit. It means nothing. Well, depending what kind of fucking mistake, obviously. But we're talking about small mistakes with parents that build up after a while. They'll take responsibility, and you will if you understand you're just a person being a parent for the first time. Yeah, but I'm not here saying condoning parents being like, I am. But I'm not like, you know, telling you to fucking go to your parents. And no, I'm not saying that. It's more like, I just think, just be honest. That's it. Just be honest. Just stop playing this game. Simple. Just be honest. But people are attached. They want to be good. I get that. I understand it, Is Ring open on revealing what he works in real life? I think he already did kind of mention that. I don't know if he did, but he is... not to go in much detail, but he kind of does the whole mentor thing, that's the funny about him, helping people become better leaders. That's pretty much it. Helping people become better leaders. That's what he does. He's very good at what he does. I was a pretty disturbed child, far too prone to aggression and violence, and it allowed me to grow out. And aggression, this is where it comes from the wrong place. You're fucked up, You need to know how to use it. You need to know how to use this aggression. But aggression often comes from pain. That's the problem. If it's aggression, it comes from hostility. Hostility comes from anger, comes from depression, comes from pain. So it's complicated. It's good to have aggression as in vitality. That's how I would see it. Vitality, energy. It's good to have the energy, the aggression needed. But it's not good to have hostility. Hostility. I think the hostility is the problem, which we all have. We all have hostility, It's just human, but in general, Ring gives off similar vibes to Dr. K. I could see it. My SI poll is me being shit, sacrificing my health. If you why are you SI vulnerable if you sacrifice your health all the time? You should be a bit pedantic about it. You a bit rigid. I don't think you should be like, I don't give a fuck about my health. I think you'd be freaked out about your health. Yeah, Dr. K, he's cool. Is that NI Super Ego? We have NI Super Ego in the chat, guys. His name is Yigi. NI Super Ego in the chat. Is that NI Super Ego if someone is stressed when someone else talks too much about the future? It could be. It could be, I could say, but also not necessarily. Yeah. Yigi, thank you. Let me. Read the chat, guys. My dad was an SP1 and he was violent to me when I was young. He changed. Why? What happened? And it's so, the thing about our parents, right, that is really cool, is that every kid grows up with this idea that their parent is this greatest thing ever. It's something that happens. But then you realize the parents are hiding a lot, their own personal problems, and it seems so random. He was violent to you, then suddenly he changed. What changed? What actually changed behind the scenes that you don't know? And you might never know. Parents have their own fucking shit. They're just human. Yeah? I was incredibly aggressive and angry, arguing, bullying, fighting type of child. When I realized I was never mad, just situations. I think... that's crazy. You were fucking angry? Bullying people because you were mad at the situations? In what sense does that mean? What does that mean? Ring is not available right now. He's busy. NI Super Ego is NI ESC. LSC, SCI, SLI. Wow. You know, people will be like, yeah, but finances and money, that's a C. That's a C. But I understand what you mean. The materialism, I suppose, and stuff like that. With health. Yeah. And that's what I would say, you know, you're very picky. Wellness, like your body, your shit like that. That's where it would probably manifest the most. Which type is better at emotional distance and establishing and controlling intimacy between themselves and others? They're both FI creative. They're both FI creative. I would say, and the thing with, I would say IE. I must say IE. And the reason, not because there's maybe some like the typological explanation, maybe the NE base, but even that, but just when I was reading SCE description recently, I was thinking to myself, this is a failed ethical type. I was literally thinking, this is a failed ethical type. I mean, they're literally described as people who are turbulent in their relations and confuse people close to them, and there is just such flexibility in their relationships. It's a fuckfest. It's a fuckfest. You know? So I would say the IE might be better. Ross, what's your opinion of PS if you know about randoms? That's my opinion. Listen, it's they're doing their thing. I don't really, obviously, they're doing their thing, but why are you creating your own system? You're a random. I don't get that. You're creating your own system. What the fuck? You know, to me it kind of means narcissism. It means intellectual narcissism. Oh, I'm so, you know, it's always the same bullshit. I'm not here creating my own fucking systems. Who the fuck am I? Who am I to create my own fucking system? I'm not a jerk off, you know? So, yeah, it's weird. They have their own thing, but to me, it's like asking me about who is C.S. Joseph. It's the same shit. They are random people. Like anyone else, like me, anyone else. Random people. They're not authors of shit. They're random people. Da 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 da. My explaining suggestive. Well, I would say the suggestive is more mobilizing is sensitive. It's often called like even snowflake element. You want constant supervision. You want help here, but you're very sensitive to criticism in this area, right? So it's very sensitive for you. Now, suggestive, that's kind of how we think and no fucks to give. No fucks to give, but still, there is a tendency to put this responsibility of dealing with this element on someone else. You know, like imagine an SCE struggling with time, or like, you know, being late. He's like, yeah, but you was, you know, fucking, I don't know how the fuck this time shit works, you know? Like, you know I'm not good at this. You should have fucking known. So it's like, it's your responsibility, not fucking mine. And that's kind of what happens with the suggestive. It's almost this entitlement with the suggestive, you know? Like the ILE and IE, they almost be like, you know, I don't fucking know how this SI shit works. I mean, fuck it, hedonism, you know? Bake me a cake and make me shower, you know? I don't know how to do that shit, in a sense, in that kind of way. I was mostly mad at how I could not control certain things or people decisions. Bro, we're so fucking different. Holy shit. I mean, control. Okay, but control different things, people's decisions, people's... Yeah, no. Neglecting, disliking commitments, not knowing how to act. Could be. I'm SC mobilizing. Does this mean no? That the funny thing is, SC mobilizing kind of means you're trash with SC. In a sense, that's what it means. It's not, you know, you're SC mobilizing. You don't know how to dress yourself. You need feedback from others about your aesthetics, about your willpower. You know, it's not this like Sigma SC mobilizing, try hard like in Western. It's not. ILE is this way more than the fucking LIE. So, you know, I'm going with them, guys, with the questions. There's a lot. What do you type, CS Joseph? I don't know. I don't watch him. I don't watch him. It's cool that you as in 1v thinks you're random because you're healthier. Because you're healthier, yeah, and because it's the reality too. It's the truth. You know, obviously people think there are so many like LARPers, you know, online especially, like, wow, I'm a god. They call themselves god and they mean it, like, unironically. It's how many people in real life do you meet who think they're god? Like, can you imagine going out and interacting with human beings, going to the government, going to the fucking places, right? Working. I'm God. Like, it's anime. It's fucking anime. It's a LARP. It's not real. You know? For me, I'm a random. It doesn't really make me feel threatened. It's just, yeah, okay. In a sense, we are all fucking random. 1 out of fucking 8 billion. 1 out of fucking 8 billion. The difference is, yes, I do know I'm a random. But my experience is still my experience. I care a lot about my own experience. And that's it. A new system is TI ego, no? But yes. A TI ego can follow a theory. Because a TI ego, the ego block is autonomous. It can either follow or it can dismiss, create something new. It's up to them. It can tweak, it can add. It doesn't have to just create new shit. It can add upon new things, right? But it can follow too if it wants. But basically, it's completely up to them what they choose to do. And that's very different from obviously the superego, which more of a follower, we cannot create our new information. You know, it always comes from somewhere, the objective world, you know, which I understand. It's a bit hard to understand. For me also was a bit difficult to understand. Like, you know, I'm using TI, I care about contradictions. But then it's like, I'm also the same guy, be like, you know, there are only 2 fucking genders, you know, 69 gender, non-binary, you fucking brain dead. Scientific 1 billion, you know, fucking just almost autistically, scientifically oriented in the objective world. I only care about what the fuck is factual in that way. Bro calling them randoms. What in the superego? How are you supposed to become a well-known author or a person who's seen with abilities if you don't try to make system or logic? I'm confused. How are you supposed to become a well-known author or person who's seen if you don't try to make it? You don't need to sit down, make it the fuck up, and create 180 subtypes from your ass. And then be like, it's the best system. It's not, you're not showing your abilities, it's a jerk off. It's a jerk off. You know? And I don't believe you need to make a system. I don't believe that. I believe you can be a person that can show your abilities and stuff like that to other people and, you know, be recognized like he's a good source without needing to make new shit. But your understanding of what is great. Look at scientists. Look at those people. Are they making new shit like most people who are learning it? Right? They're not learning. They're not creating fucking theories, most of them. They're following what the fuck already is. They're following it. But their understanding of it is incredibly complex. They're not innovating. They're not fucking winning Nobel Prizes. They're not. And that's kind of, I don't see it as a bad thing. I see it as simply a fucking natural thing. I don't think people need psychologically. I agree. I don't think anyone needs psychology degrees to fucking make a system. But that's kind of the thing. You don't need to do shit. You learn it and you spew it. Sure. Expertise. That's one thing. You know, he's an expert in this thing. He's an expert in this field. Okay. He's making his own shit now. He's making his own shit. He didn't even learn properly. He didn't even master the material. He's making his own shit. I mean, to me, that is a bit ridiculous. But again, guys, maybe this is my bullshit view. Maybe this is my bullshit view. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is not how it's supposed to be. Maybe I'm kind of tripping. But it's hard to know. It's very hard to know. How do you deal with your narcissism as an Enneagram 8? How does it manifest for you? For me, it's like only we can deal with that cause others are weak-willed. I don't need to justify because it's me. You know, I've been called arrogant since I was very young, and it's not, you know, it's not because I think, wow, I deserve better than other people. I'm entitled to more. It's not because of that, but parents used to call me arrogant because I obviously didn't fucking listen to them. So they'll naturally say, "Oh, you're arrogant. You believe you know better." It's like, okay, but I feel like the way it manifests with me, I can put people down. I can act, I can appear and talk like I'm better by, acting condescending or acting superior, putting people down, and then I feel like that's how it might manifest the narcissism, It's not because I'm thinking like, wow, I'm so much better. This doesn't cross my mind, but I think underneath those behaviors, there might be narcissism. Of course, when I was younger, I was far more this way, When I was younger, in my early 20s, I felt like, I didn't give a fuck about other people in that way because I thought I don't give a shit about other people. That was also narcissism. I don't give a fuck about other people's desires or what they think or what they want. I don't even consider them a threat or anything. They're like a rat. I don't give a fuck. And that's the mentality. And that's narcissism, Obviously, you become more mature, less fucking cringe that way. You gain new perspective. I'm a human. But I can I can still obviously have those tendencies, but I don't know. I try to be humble, I don't know. I try to be humble. Can you explain the difference between the biggest difference between its attitude towards politeness, courtesy, relationships? The SLE is far more cynical, very cynical. The ILE is more naive, very naive, wanting to be polite. They're much more this way. So an actual ILE is actually very polite, very courteous, very polite, very naive in relationships. SLE, not so much. Way more cynical in their approach to relationships and humans overall. Why isn't volition connected to any? If any is, volition has no true element that's connected to it. It can be any. It's many things. SE, NE, TI, many things. Rusted. What if I wear Nike, Adidas, and I know how to match colors well? If you are naturally good with colors, like aesthetics, you don't really feel like you need to ask other people, that's a potential mistype. Like I'm T-immobilizing. Do you think I go out be like, yeah, I solve all the problems? No, I'm like, tell me how I do this. I don't fucking know how I do this. I want to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. Tell me how to fucking fix it. I'll just listen. Tell me how to fix it. And that's kind of the mentality. What's the difference? Come on, man. Try type is bullshit. That's all I can tell you, man. Sheboy, you know what? You're right. Who cares what Rusted and anyone thinks? They don't invent. The funny thing about your message is that you're being ironic, but your message is completely right. Do you listen to me just because, what? Because I have a YouTube channel and, you know, oh, authority bullshit? You know, why do you listen to me? I mean, you listen to me because maybe I have a good take. Maybe you're interested, but that doesn't mean you're going to take it as the truth. You're going to think about it. Right? Because maybe I have access to good information. Maybe I know something you don't, but you're not just going to be like, he's a fucking authority. Holy shit, you know? Do you think David Goggins is a healthy SP? Fuck no! Oh my god, Kemboza, no. David Goggins is one of the most mentally ill SP4s, brother. What you mean? Okay, listen. When you are saying using tenacity to inspire and gain success, that's not health. To an SP4 that's healthy does not feel the need to brutalize themselves by running 20-kilometer marathons while pissing blood. When you're healthy, you step away from the neurotic side. You're not a slave. David Goggins is one of the most unhealthy SP4s to have ever lived. Oh my god, no. I am... Woo! I'm just reading your guys' comments, arguing with each other. Yeah. I don't want to say that because I feel like empathy just depends on the person. But the SLE being a more cynical person, when it comes to relationships, kind of makes sense that they would be less empathetic, right? I would say. Do plus and minus the charges. Should you type by the charges solely? No. But they can help. They explain something about how the element manifests. That's all. You know, that's all. ILE Enagramless, rest in peace. SLEs seem OP. Do SCEs have any advantage? Like, you ask my SLE friend about if he's gonna be like SCE is the most OP. It's SCE is the most OP. It's way more OP than SLE. So it's like the grass is greener on the other side. But does the SCE have advantages? Yes. Anything to do with people, the SLE is fucked. Anything to do with relationships, confidence in relationships, manipulating people's attitudes, all of that, the SLE doesn't. It's fucked. It's cooked. So the SLE has a strong advantage there. Anything logistical, the objective world, dealing with problem solving, the SCE is fucked. So it's a give and take. You know, the interpersonal way, charismatic, influencing people, the SCE wins hands down. It's not even close, you know. While with the opposite, the SLE wins. We listen to you because we like you, and that's it. Yeah, but isn't that most people though? Isn't that like most YouTubers? You know, like why? In typology, it's not a good thing. We're surrounded by fucking nerds, so it's not a good thing. Oh, he's not a geek, but people listen to him because they like him. That's YouTube. That's normal. People will watch you because yes, it's informative, but it's also they like you. You know, so that's kind of why they fucking do that. Not because you're fucking the most genius, the smartest. You know, it's just normal. It's normal. I'm good with aesthetic, dress, kinetic. First of all, I don't believe people's fucking ideas of their element is good. You know, I'll look at you and I'll tell you you're not good with kinetic movement. I'll look at you and be like, well, in my opinion, you're shit. In my opinion, your kinetic energy is fucking shit. It's dog shit. You need to step it the fuck up. And then what? From my perspective, you have no kinetic energy. Then what happens? It's hard to measure something that cannot be fucking measured. That's why I don't like the strength and weaknesses, like the strength of an element. It's because it doesn't say much, and you can justify anything. Well, I'm an ESI, so you know I'm good with SE. Yet you aren't. You know, you think you're good, but you aren't. You know. Respect. Yeah, no. Don't listen to. Don't listen to people who are telling you that you need to wake up every day at 5 p.m. You cannot even enjoy life. Don't listen to people who will tell you cannot have Christmas and get fat, gain weight through the Christmas period and have fun with your family. Don't listen to people like that. They'll tell you, oh yeah, it's grind. It's a coping bitch. It's a coper. It's a fuck who's so unhappy with himself he has to compensate by grinding. The true kind of symptom that someone's content and fulfilled, like that they're happy, is contentment, is fulfillment. If you're content with yourself, why are you doing this crazy shit? If you're content with who you are, why are you doing this shit? And that's the thing. Can you sit with yourself and who you are? Or do you feel the need to constantly change it? If you do feel the need to constantly change it, that can be a problem. Learn fulfillment, learn contentment. He justifies his self-worth and existence by running more than, yeah. But you have to understand that this guy is an attention seeker. And that's one thing people forget about the SP4. Well, the SP4 is just a Sigma. Bro, David Goggins records every single shit he does. He's pissing blood, he's recording that shit. Okay? This is not someone who's just there for the grind. No, he's there so you can watch how he grinds. He's jerking off. Can Enneagram 6 be phlegmatic? With a blend, I don't know why not. Maybe the SP6 can be more like phlegmatic dominant. I don't know. I'm open. I would completely say SE is just a better type to live as, Lama. At least to me, I never saw slow logic as a. But I think it depends, man, because there's so many things in my life. It frustrates me, you know. I feel so angry and frustrated because it's difficult, you know. And I feel like this applies to every type, you know. Like it seems like, oh, the SE is great, yeah, with people, with whatever. You know, but we need to rely on other people to get shit done. You know, like, and yes, we're good at making other people do shit for us. So yeah, that's helpful. That's helpful that we have a good team. That's helpful that we have good advisors that tell us shit. But you know, it'd be kind of cool if I could just fucking know all of it myself. You know. But yeah, I know humans are social creatures, and if you cannot build relationships, then what the fuck, right? If you know how to build a relationship, even if you don't know how to fix a car, you can get this motherfucker fix it for you because he likes you. He's your friend. He's gonna do it, right? You can't just Google it, which, by the way, happens all the time. What do those pickup artists do, by the way? You need to act this way, which is, in a sense, weird, because in a sense, it's like logical types are trying to teach other people how to pick people up and it's very rigid. It's mechanical. I never understood it. Never in my life have I looked at how do I pick up. I always gave people advice, how you should do this, how you should do that, but I never myself looked at that shit, be like, let me learn. I thought it's bullshit. I looked at the advice, it's dumb. It's dumb. Like, you're like this, I need to follow this criteria so she'll like me. It's cringe. I thought it's cringe always. Be your fucking self. Do what the fuck you want to do. Yeah? Obviously, confidence. Everyone knows they like this. But why are you fucking overcomplicating this shit? Holy fuck, you know? Wow. Thank you for putting me in the same sentence as Taylor Swift. Appreciate that. Off topic, I realize I'm SPSX. Yeah, this instinctual shit can be very hard to figure out, so I've changed my instincts billions of fucking times. I swear. And if you make an argument, fuck it. You might even be right. I've changed my shit so many fucking times. SPSX, SPSO, no, SPSX, SOSX, SXSO, SXSP. SXSP was like the number one. SXSP, it's, in a way, makes me think it's all bullshit. I'm having Typology moment. Anyway, I just think it's all bullshit. But obviously, fuck. Cool Bullseye from Netflix. Daredevil. I don't know. I didn't watch it. ESIs aren't good with C. They are good with C. But you misunderstood my probably my example. People have this understanding that the LIE is the Giga Chad with the ESI, the Sigma. The ESI actually will manage the money of the LIE. The ESI will manage how the LIE dresses, helps them with their insecurity in that realm. I mean, come on, man. ESIs are butt fucking the LIEs in the S. How did you type? No, not sexual 6 at all. I would type him SP4, SP4, you know. Sexual 6, why? His whole shit is like, I was an insecure fat kid and I wanted to fit in and be liked by people. Now I transformed and I'm a Sigma, but I use my demons. I use this, my haters and this feeling of self-hate to push me and to run even further, and I'm pissing blood, but I'm overcoming it. That's not a sexual 6. That's an SP4. What's the difference? But bro, I told you, man. Broski, tri-type is dog shit. The difference is you don't relate to the fucking. I would think the 684 is more edgy. The 684 more edgy, more dark, more brooding, more unconventional. The 683 typical fucking toxic masculinity. The guy's probably conservative. He thinks abortion's bad. Oh, Christianity, I love God. All that bullshit. That's the difference. While there are. There probably are. We're just not thinking of them. You know, we're probably just not thinking of them. What is the worst take you came through? The worst take you came through? What do you mean? Like, the worst take I had? Man, I don't remember that. I don't know. I had many. It's more like I had too many takes to know. Sometimes I say shit. Sometimes I say shit and it falls bad. It falls flat. It happens. Especially if I'm in the flow. And then I double down on that. So, but it's hard for me to say what like the craziest take I had. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Many probably. Which type is the best? SCE is better than all of them when it comes to actual interpersonal manipulation. Sneeko is not a sexual 6. People type him. Listen, okay. You have to understand, yes, sexual 6 is like a hate typing for anyone who like is like people perceive as, oh, he's trying to be tough. That's a hate type. Once you understand how a sexual 6 is like, you'll never type someone like Sneeko as that. People need to stop this dumb shit, you know? He's a sexual 6. He's reactive. He's crazy. That's a sexual 6. You fucking dumb motherfucker. You could say that's an 8 more likely than you could say that's a 6. If you think someone's cringe, openly arrogant, random, chaotic, reactive like a fucking ape, you're not looking at a 6. You're more likely even dealing with 8. And that's it. You know, I'm not saying he is one, but the type of thinking that people have about the Enneagram 6 is a hate typing tool. I've seen this many times. Who's Gypsy? Oh my god, what the fuck is this guy? I was wondering, yeah, I wonder if this guy was like a sexual 4. That's interesting. Huh. Do you think perceivers have more balanced judging? What the fuck? No, my brain melted. I don't think so. FISC superego. What the fuck's a FISC superego? Oh, it's LII. From what I know about LII, it's some kind of fucked up attitude of money accumulation. They think the inequality with materialism and money, they're very focused on that, which is why some LIIs can be even social justice warriors because of that, because they believe it's wrong. You know, they believe it's actually unacceptable that this kind of inequality in the material sense, money as resources, is actually really fucked up. Raven has Harry Potter. Yeah, he does. I don't know what to tell you about that, bro. Because I don't type Harry Potter as a fucking SLE, and I can see why someone might be like, that's crazy, because I'd never type Harry Potter as a fucking 8 core. You know? But Raven doesn't give a fuck about correlation, so yeah. If an SCE prefers to have other people's opinions on how to dress. If an SCE prefers to have other people's opinions, what makes them look good? I don't want to say you should just, oh wow, you prefer. I think as an SCE, you should know what you like. I'm an SCE. My wife is an ESI. She has so many opinions about how dressing, what looks good, and if you let her, she's gonna have opinions about your clothes too. But with me, I have my own style. I have my style, and that doesn't mean I might not ask her ever. I might, you know, do you like this? You know, but it's not because like, hey, do you think this looks good? I have my own style. And maybe to her, sometimes she's like, yo, those colors don't match. And I'm like, well, fuck it. We ball, you know? I have my own style. You should check if you're in SE or LA, they're not very similar. You know, they're not very similar. But don't just look at this thing, you know? As an SCE, as an SE base, you should have your style. But you should also be receptive. You should be receptive. It's an accepting element. You should be receptive. Oh, this person thinks it's good. That's cool. I don't mind. You know, that doesn't mean you suddenly will drop everything and listen to them. But you should know what you like, and you should try to have that style that you like. I'm stuck between SP. The self-preservation 3. Always look at 3 and 7, broski. SP3 is far more responsible. SP3 is far more disciplined. SP3 is far more actually hardworking, not taking the shortcuts. The discipline, the consistency of the SP3 beats the social 7, which is a charlatan any day of the week. Would you say social 6 has tendencies? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think so. Section 4 is Jamie Miller. I watched the Adolescents, very good though, but I agree. The only thing I'm sure, no way I'm in hell, I'm a social 3. If you believe that, then, you know, I don't have strong opinions about that. If you believe that, you did your research, you actually know enough, and you are sure of it, then maybe it's real. The 6 is far more rigid, it's far more intellectually oriented, far more rigid. There is so much thinking with the 6. There's rigidity. The 9 is not this way. The 9 numbs itself from thinking. Literally, they can become brain dead. They're not rigid. This is not someone with a very rigid, linear, logical way of looking at things. More accepting, more easygoing, more adaptive, losing themselves in the physical. So there's that difference. 6 is way more rigid, anxious, tense, you know, intellectual even in that sense, very head-oriented. It's completely valid. If I don't like someone, they're 3V. Yeah, that's sadly 3V is kind of like a hate type. It's really fucked up. Crusader is sexually, yeah, and that I considered both for him. That's actually a good thing. I considered both for him. Lol, bro, thought about it for a minute. Sometimes you have to think. Sometimes you have to stress. You have to fucking stress that mind of yours, you know? Does sexual self have the urge to say controversial stuff? Maybe. But they're conflict avoidant in the end. Russ is growing a stash. Yeah, you know. My mustache, sadly, it grew out, but it's light. My facial hair is very light, so you know you don't see that shit. What people don't understand about AIDS is that it has tendency to be very insecure type, because these people aren't prone to introspection, so their reactivity, insecurity consumes them. Well, by saying insecurity you're dealing with someone who denies that kind of thing. You're dealing with someone who's not in touch with those feelings and senses of insecurity as much. You know, a perfect example of that is Conor McGregor. You know, you look at him, but will you ever think, oh yeah, this guy's so insecure of himself, holy shit. But you can definitely be like, he's insecure because look how he's larger than life now. He's aggressive, he's, you know, big, but he's not in touch with those feelings. He's not in touch with that insecurity. He doesn't think he's worse than others. He thinks he's better. So with the 8, they can be insecure like any other human being, but they're not in touch with that. And this manifestation of insecurity is still perceived through narcissism, you know? How does sexual blind look like? I don't know, bro. Yeah, bro, how the fuck are you SCE, man? That's crazy. That's crazy. SCE Shibo, yo. That's crazy, man. How the fuck are you an SCE? SCE FI creative, bro. T immobilizing Shibo, bro. Like, it's weird. Guys, if you want sources for classic socionics, just type classic socionics and that's it. Or Oshra projects, or some bullshit like that. If not typing by strengths and weaknesses, what do you type by? I type by looking at what the person's relationship is with the element. I don't give a fuck how it seems strong or weak. It doesn't mean shit. And I don't care about strength. I look at nuance. I pay attention to nuance. But most importantly, what's the relationship with the element? Right? And TI polar person can have a lot of TI information. So you might be like, well, he has so much like TI knowledge. Oh my God, he's not TI polar. No, you're looking at what's his attitude towards TI. Right? What's the nuance? Is it rigid, open, autonomous? That's what you look for. So I look at their attitude towards the element, you know? Like with SC. Okay, do they just not give a shit? I don't care about fucking appearance. I don't give a fuck. People criticize it. I don't give a shit. Well, now you know that's not SC vulnerable. Now you know. It doesn't matter. Now you know. It's careless. He doesn't give a fuck. But then you're like, okay, I mean, maybe... So he kind of doesn't give a fuck what people might say about it. Maybe like an ego block. But seems too adaptable with that aesthetics, with that kind of element. Seems too adaptable. Like he just kind of wants to do what the others want, will adapt. Okay, so that's not an ego. Maybe the ignoring, you know, like you can do it like that. I'm developing Socionics SE. Any advice? Well, which one exactly? Do you like? What advice do you need? Because SE has to do with willpower, kinetic energy, the external properties of an object, money, right? How things look. So pick one. What do you guys think you're gonna get out of asking us what your typing is or justifying on stream when we don't even know each other? Of course. I mean, you can be any type. You know, there's no way to know, and this is typology, so it's even a bigger mess. It's like, it's just your opinion at that point. He can be like, I guess that's your opinion. Well, yeah. I mean, I cannot do more. I cannot say I disagree because I don't know them enough, and maybe even. What if I don't know something that maybe they know? Maybe they in person are different. They think they have so much more knowledge of themselves, obviously, than I do, because I don't know them at all. So there's that. What do you think has a good sense of aesthetics? Also doesn't put emphasis. Good sense of aesthetics, but doesn't put emphasis. But what happens with this person if they disagree with their aesthetics? What happens then? That's a good question to ask. I want to see you taking some time to try pronouncing the H sound correctly. Please do, lol. What's the H sound? H sound. What the fuck, man? What's the H sound? Just don't shave it whatsoever. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I never did it, so have some wanna have some different, wanna do some different things, you know. Do you think it's possible for SE to be a 7 wing 6? No, I don't believe that SE can be a 7 core. What's the best represented people who is sexual 6? Who are in historical figures? I don't know. Never had too much interest in the sexual 6 people. Putin is like the biggest one, you know? So, there's that. Putin. Vladimir Putin. Which anagram subtypes are realistically able to have big 5 RLOEI? That seems kind of, I would say I could see the 4 have this. The ESI, I could see the ESI, I could see the no, it's so it's egocentric, so not the EII, not the ESI. Like a 5 core, but 5 core with organized, I mean, could be. Maybe you could make it. Maybe you could make like a 5 core fit this. Maybe like some 6 core you could make it fit it too. The Nezo, yo, hey, thank you for the shout out. Thank you, I appreciate it. 5,000, yeah, we made it slowly but surely. I think NI ignoring, when I've seen with examples who are NI ignoring, they yes, they can operate with time, but their attitude is very adaptable. That's one of the things I've noticed with NI ignoring. They're not really preoccupied with it. If something's gonna happen, they're looking forward towards it. Yeah, they're gonna adapt. Changes in plans happen, they're gonna change, they're gonna adapt. It's very adaptable, which I unironically, it could probably make you think, wow, is this like an SE suggestive? Like, holy shit, you know? But the ILE being late, I don't know. I mean, who says that? Did Oshwa say they're late? Because if she says they're late, I'm sure she explained why. And if she didn't say they're late, then who the fuck said they're late? David Goggins' consensus is shifting from SP4 to E1. It's not the worst, but I'm not really that convinced about that. Can SEEs be introverted? How do you mean socially? Like social introversion, you know, like they don't like people. They maybe, yeah, they don't like people. They don't like to meet new people. You know, they like spending time on their own. I think that's possible. I'm not the most extra, you know, I'm very gregarious, very like outgoing. So when you just look at the big 5, I'm going to be very extroverted. But in reality, I'm not someone who needs to feel like I'm always around fucking people. You know, I'm not there to always meet new people, always fucking be in touch with the same people. I don't like that. I like to have my own time, you know, and I want to meet them when I want to meet them. So in many ways you could say, yeah, this guy's, you know, he's not that extroverted in that sense, but by big 5, obviously. I meant H as in have, for example, of hand. I don't, what the fuck? Have, what you want me to say? Chave? You want me to say giant? What you want? Hand? Do you want? Which one? What would satisfy you? What would make you feel good? Hand or hand? Hand? If people see physical things such as art and fashion as their way of self-expression, this could just be FI ego, maybe like the ESI. That could be the ESI, you know, for sure the ESI. But I feel like that could even be the SEE, you know, so it's hard to know. I think you should not correlate MBTI with Socionics. It doesn't work. The SEE is not ESFP. It's not like, oh, happy go fucking lucky, woo, party. I just won the party. That's not an SEE. That's not an SEE. You know. So. Who's a historical example of an SP9? I have no idea. SLI SP9. Fuck. Historical example. I don't fucking know. Is Big Five really important for correlations? No. There's flexibility within Big Five for sure. My wife, for example, she is RLOAI. Right? So RLOAI. Now, you're gonna meet people who say she cannot be inquisitive. You're gonna have that. Can I type a non-curious? No. Because now I'm just adjusting to correlations. It's not true. She's definitely curious. She's definitely inquisitive. 100,000,000%. Easy peasy. So, I leave it, you know? Okay. Yeah. No. Well, they're both typed as SCEs, you know? By class in classic, so I can see why people might think Napoleon was more SLE, but I don't think so. Rust, why did you decapitate Ring? Where did you hide his body? In the basement, of course. No, but he's simply busy. Ring is not here. Actually, Ring has been muted this whole time. He's been yapping. He can't do anything about it either. I love it. No, but that would be a funny joke though, right? Now he's like, yo guys, you know, imagine. But no, he's busy. He's just busy. He's not around. What sounds confident and non-conforming in their aesthetics, appearance, sense of beauty? If you're non-conforming in all of those things, that's maybe like an SE autonomous. Could be SE autonomous. Like SE ego, maybe. If you set up standards for beauty and fashion, you know, you're setting up the standards for them. Only the ego block does that. The ego block is dictating what is good, what's bad. That's what they do. So at this point, you're like, well, I'm sorry, you know, but that's kind of how this works. Churchill gets typed SP9. Yeah, that's fucking interesting. I've seen that. I've seen that. What do you guys think? Would you guys say fear of divine punishment? I think it's correlated to Enneagram 6. That's what the fuck I think. Because Enneagram 6 is fear-driven. Fear of punishment. Biggest giveaway of the Enneagram 6, fear of punishment. But Socionics, TI. TI is fear. Right? So, easy peasy. What's the most important thing when typing people? Fixation or anything else? Okay, so passion and fixation is the most important the most important, because everything, all the traits you see, all the behaviors should be derived from that passion. So all those like, oh, arrogant, blah, blah, all of those come from the passion. Now, what is passion? Passion is a psychological, emotional drive. Basically, that's what it is. It's compulsion. It's a compulsive drive, but it's emotional in a sense, right? And it's unconscious, so you're not conscious of it. You don't, it's not like you feel it, but you act a certain way because of it. You seek that kind of thing. Fixation is a mental trap. It's a justification, a worldview, a set of beliefs that help you justify your passion. So it works in conjunction. It works as a passion gets activated, fixation justifies the passion, and it's a cycle. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. You act on your passion, but you don't justify that shit with your fixation. You might break from the pattern, but definitely look into the passion of a type and the fixation. Passion most important. Passion most important. Could Napoleon? No. Could be just can he be a lie just because he's a genius mastermind? No, he can be an SCE. It can be a genius mastermind. You know, so it doesn't mean really anything. I'm confused because I feel like SCEs would be the baddest soldiers on the front lines, not the guy behind the scenes. I'm pretty sure Napoleon had many advisors though. I'm pretty sure he had fucked on all the advisors who he listened to. So I don't think it's that simple, but you have to understand that in classic there are many ways a type can manifest. Many ways. So there are SCEs, artists, philosophers, right? Being very deep people, philosophical. You know, they're not fighting anyone. So it's not a good way to look at it, you know? Like it's too stereotypical. What do you think about that gaming stream? Busy. I'm just busy. It would be hard to combine everything. Fuck. It would be hard to combine everything. And my PC is fucked right now. So I can stop thinking about that shit. TI being fear is crazy. The FI suggests supposed just not feel fear. Well, polar does not mean you don't care about it. You know, it's not about that. But it's the way I think I'm not too sure, but I think it's fear because of it's also leverage and someone being able to punish you through and because of punishment comes a certain role, comes a certain position. Someone has the ability to punish you because they are in a role that's above you. They're in a position that is above you that can exert punishment on you. I think it's fucking weird, but you know, I don't make the fucking rules. Sexual A is somebody like Aaron the plumber of vitality, right? No, no, because those are like the dumbest fucking example. Like vitally is one of the dumbest fucking examples. You know, I'm not saying as an insult, more so. No, why is no one using Harlan Ellison? Why is no one using Harlan Ellison as an example? Oh, like Axl Rose. You don't hear about that. Yeah, Axl Rose. It's fucking Vitaly. Or like I Show Speed, you know? They're not good examples. And the way I mean it, not that they're mistyped. I don't even know what's this Vitaly's type. But it's more so, you want to show a more depth to the fucking Enneagram type. Showing I Show Speed, that doesn't really capture that, you know? There are better examples, I think. Especially because the type is so fucking stereotyped. LIE, NI, 3V. I don't know why the NI would matter, my friend. I mean, you know, do you think you're 3V? If you are, if you relate to it, type as that. No one's gonna stop you. Bro, I'm surprised you even know who Harlan Ellison is. Yeah, well, I mean, I've discovered him a while back, and I was like watching his stuff. I was watching his interviews, you know, learning more about him, and I think he's a good, like, he's a better example, mainly because he defies many of the stereotypes. You know, he's a science fiction writer. He's a pretty good one at that too. So I feel like I like it because it shows a different lens. We've been the sexual aid. I mean, what does it take to type as a sexual aid now? You have to be dumb, right? Like, you have to be acknowledged as by other people as dumb. You're like the least, and you're the more the dumbest, and also like the most nonsensical. And everyone creates this perception, right? Turco Salamanca, those examples don't fucking help either. So now you have a problem. Now, real sexual aids will not type themselves as sexual aid because they will not even think they are that type. So it's fucked up. Speed doesn't seem crazy enough. That's what I'm saying. The guy who barks at the camera, right? Think about that. The guy who barks at the camera, acts like a total fucking donkey, is not crazy enough to be a sexual aid. Let that sink in again, guys. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem we have here. But him being crazy doesn't mean shit. Here, in this case. He might be a social aid, and not for the reasons you mentioned. Not for the reasons, for sure. You know? If anything, this guy is so oriented towards people, going everyone with people. The guy lost his relationship because he neglected it, because he was always online with chat, broadcasting his relationship to everyone else. I mean, neglected his own personal relationship, intimate relationship, romantic one, because of that. I think that's a bit weird, you know, a sexual aid doing that, being so fixated on yeah, let's do more streams with people, go crazy. It's weird. What are the differences? The differences. The fucking differences. The fucking differences. The fucking differences. The fucking differences. Hey? The differences. I don't even know what the fuck. TISE. Fucking TISE. Let's take a step back. TISE, what the fuck is that? That's an EII. Right? A good example of TISE superego in real life, what the fuck is that? That's Marilyn motherfucking Monroe. Rest in the fuck peace, obviously. But Marilyn Monroe was a great example of that. How did she deal with it? Her beauty, right? Her beauty, how she looked, meeting those standards and expectations of how she was to look. It was crippling for her, wasn't it? Insecure, always insecure in her own body, insecure how she looked. But she embodied the conventional beauty standard of that time. But in the way this works with the SE superego, SETI superego, SETI superego. Okay, so it's basically the position in hierarchy that's kind of related to beauty, to those standards. So her being in that position, higher position, it was dictated by aesthetics, how she looked, how she kind of, the material world. That's basically the EII. That's basically the Marilyn Monroe, okay? she was fucking, yeah, you fucking get the point. FISC, autistic. Okay, it's someone whose ideas of relationships is rigid as fuck. So you might be like, yeah, if it's rigid, that's an EII though, right? ESI? No. Like the TISC can have strong opinions about relationships, but they are not nuanced. A true ego FI person is going to have a very nuanced understanding of relations and people. It's not just like, oh, this is bad, this is good, this is there's complexity. There's complexity. And that's the difference. So look at the complexity. You know, that in general, ESIs are not these black and white people that community created, the idea of them. Black and white thinking, black and white understanding of what's good and bad. That's not a fucking ESI. That's not an ESI at all. They have a very nuanced approach of that, you know? Which one is more anti-intellectual? Probably SP8 by the definition of the book. Yeah, but I mean, are we now typing every social aid as an intellectual one? What about all of these fucking social aids that are fucking monkeys? You know, all of those fucking dumbass social aids out there. I mean, will all of them fucking be this way? Like, I just don't think we should not type an 8 core based on intellectualism. We can't. We fucking can't. It's not good. Because you can find SP8s who are more intellectual than other fucking 8 cores. We can find sexual 8s who are more intellectual than some other 8 core. Social 8s that are more intellectual. It's too individual based, and yes, there's some merit, you know. But should we type by this methodology? I don't believe so. I don't believe so at all. I'm not even saying he's a social 8. I don't know what the fuck he is. He might be a sexual 8. I'm not saying I'm against that take. I'm not. I have antisocial behavior. Well, how are you a social 3 though? I mean, fucking. What superego could be related to being concerned about one's position? IE. Usually IE. But TI superego. You probably again SCE, IE, ESI, probably an EII. That's what I'll be thinking. But TI superego. Rusted is a smart social aid. And the shitty truth about this take, right, is that I'm not even like the most like, you know, like fucking wow, he's so fucking incredibly inquisitive. I'm just inquisitive enough not to be retarded. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm the same person who I didn't like school at all. I fucking didn't like learning. I fucking hated school. I hated education. And I thought it's one big jerk off. School was one big fucking jerk off, and all of it was a jerk off, you know? But does that mean I'm a dumbass? No, I still value being curious about things, learning life, being curious about stuff. But I'm no fucking geek. I'm no genius. I'm like, wow, he's so smart. Yes, he's intelligent. He has insights. But that just means because he's intelligent enough to have them. That's all it means, you know? I'm not... there are way better, like, Enneagram 8 examples that are very, like, some really smart, you know? In my opinion. Like, yeah, I do typology. I'm inquisitive enough to do that. I'm very curious. I'm a curious person. Holy fuck, you know? Like, wow, come on, man. like, I can't even fucking... and I know I have ADHD. I know I have fucking ADHD. I do know that. I can't even reading a fucking book is hard for me. Not because I'm retarded. Actually, I'd prefer that if that was the case. My mind just... it's hard. It's hard to read the book. It's you know... it's hard. It's not quick. It's slow. But it's weird. Because I can read a lot. I can read something. I'm looking for information. I can read. I can focus. But reading a book, I'm like, man, fuck all that. I'm not gonna do that shit. That's too fucking much. What you asking for? You want to bake a cake? Do you want fries with it? Because I don't have it. We ran out of that shit real quick. Long time ago. You know? Is it too different? I think there is a desire to be probably material stuff, willpower, their looks is connected to probably being desired, being accepted, being loved, and all of that shit. That's what I probably think this is. I don't know too much about the ILE super ego, but it was something like that. It wasn't as corny as the IE, from what I remember. Whew. I actually have diagnosed. I don't take meds. I don't take meds. I would never take fucking meds. I'm not taking meds. Fuck meds. Fuck meds. The problem with me is that I don't think I'm dysfunctional. Which I know is my wife would say is a cope. But I don't see myself as very dysfunctional, you know? Like, this will be fucking ignorant, and this is one of the many ignorant things I've ever said in my life. I kind of just think if you have ADHD, you should suck it the fuck up. Like, oh yeah, I have ADHD too, yeah, cool, right? Well, all of the symptoms. But listen, you want to get something done, fucking focus on that, motherfucker. What you're going to be coming up with a million excuses for? It's because of my condition. Focus on that bitch. I genuinely believe if I really want something and I will focus, I will get it. ADHD, no fucking ADHD, I don't care. That's the way I think. Now, it's ignorant, for sure. Sounds like I'm a redneck who's most likely conservative. I get that. But that's how I think. It's a cop-out. Nowadays, everyone has the ADHD. The whole fucking chat has ADHD. Me too. I take meds. The fuck? You know? And many of them will use it as an excuse. It's because I have ADHD. It's so hard. Suck it the fuck up. Suck it the fuck up. There's nothing. Fucking ADHD is not gonna stop me. ADHD is not gonna stop me. Simple. Oh, is the FISC superego only black and white thinking about relationships? Yes. Black and white thinking about relationships, good and bad, rigidity. So things changing, right? Because you have your ideas about how a relationship should be conducted, but they lack nuance. And if people don't make it clear to you, or people's attitudes changes to you it's always the same. To you it's consistent. You want it to stay the same. So when people act different, panic mode. You don't understand. You know, you're not very flexible. So that's kind of why this happens. And I don't understand what the SE does in this case. FI super FISC. I don't fucking know. Fuck Socionics. I'm so fucking tired. Fuck, dude. Dude, I'm so fucking tired. I am tired of explaining this shit to you guys. I'm tired. Please, someone fucking. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Well, I'm yeah, fuck. I'm frustrated. I'm experiencing frustration. At the beginning, I tapped myself as sexual 5. How the fuck do you go from sexual 5 and social 5 to a social 3? They're fucking so different. Holy fuck. The 5 core is like one of the least intense passive people, most passive person. The 3 core is much more competitive, way more competitive. The social 3 is way more aggressive. Oh my god, they're not even the same. Bros, to type me $5? Yo, nowadays you won't even get a fucking kick. Like, nowadays people won't even slap you on your face for $5. I'm not even joking. $5? People won't even fucking slap you for that. They will want 20. I can type you for $10 though. $10 I can get you type. Check my commissions. That's it. Simple as it. Reading bothering shit with ADHD is like printing paper. Yeah, and that's how it is. I don't be like, oh, it's because of ADHD. I have attention span. I get easily bored. That's very true. But the truth is, like, I do believe if I'm forced, I'm forced. If I have to, I'll fucking have to. I'll get over that. I'll fucking do it. I might not do it well, but I will do it. I will get over it. That's how I think about this ADHD and how they just, I don't fucking know. I know some people have severe ADHD, dysfunction, but I don't know. That's funny. Neurodivergent. I'm supposed to be neurodivergent. That's the thing. At least everyone in my life growing up thought that. My wife certainly thinks that. And I'm like, neurodivergent? The fuck? I don't have autism. That's what the fuck I'm thinking to myself. It's not just autism, honey. It's also ADHD. Okay. So now I can carry a flag. I'm neurodivergent. And everyone's like, we know. We see. That's how it often feels like. You walk into a room. I've had this happen. I'm meeting people. Right? I'm meeting people. My wife's like, and my wife's friend is like, yeah, he has ADHD for sure. I find out about that later. I'm like, what the fuck did I do? That is so different from every other normal person. Did I start shitting where I'm standing? Did I start doing backflips in a random fucking conversation? What the fuck did I do that was so fucking neurodivergent? I don't get it until today. I don't get it. I act fucking normal. I'm normal. Yes, okay, maybe I'm a bit intense. I understand. Yeah, I'm a bit overwhelming, sure. But I'm normal. Maybe they see me like being fidgety and shit. They think ADHD. Neurodivergent. He's really fucking weird. You are weird. When will you understand this? You are weird. Facts. You ain't even... Yo, one of the fucks on Adderall about to be upset. Why even take that shit? Fuck that. You ain't ever seen me taking meds. People bitch too much. That's the thing. I do, and my wife would be like, I know what my wife would say. Don't be so harsh with them. It's medicine is good for them. They need it. And I understand. Okay, I understand. They need it. I understand that. Speaking of the devil, and the devil shall appear. That's all I can say. The devil. That sounds more like the cat. Okay. Let me see. I just saw a fucking good one. Ring would love this question, guys. Ring would love this question. I am the most anti-1 personality, so you're not a 3 core. Easy peasy, the fuck easy. Can SPA be afraid of punishment, the way you describe? They should not be driven by a fear of punishment. So the actions of the SP8 is not to avoid punishment. It's to satisfy their own desires. Right? So fear of punishment is a secondary thing. It's not a primary thing. You know, the 8 is rebellious before they can even think about, oh, holy shit, what are the consequences? And that's not to say that they have to act crazy, because every human is aware of consequences, but there are certain consequences many people don't even acknowledge socially, for example, but the 6 does. Small things, acting out of inhibition. So they can be afraid of, they might avoid it, sure, but they're not driven by that. So they're much more proactive, you know? If you have ADHD, just stop having it. If you have ADHD, I don't even know what to tell you. Just cool. Cool. Like fucking cool. Cool. Wow, you're so random. Woo, chaotic. Million thoughts. You a bitch. You a bitch. Don't let me, oh wait. Don't let me catch you saying that your neurodivergent brain has control over you and you don't have control over it. It's fucking over. Oh my god. Wow. You let your autism get in the way. Fuck me, man. What else? What else? We can't choose a fucking skin color? What else, guys? Come on. Wait, who the fuck? I was about to say who the fuck this is. And why am I being called out like this, by the way, guys? Holy shit, yo! Wait. Just take fish oil. Listen, and Paul, listen. Don't listen to me, by the way. Paul, I'm not a good influence about ADHD. Don't listen to me. I swear to God, don't listen to me. Okay? But it's good that you took it. This is my reasonable brain talking. My wife's talking through me. It's good that you took them because you needed them. You're not a bitch. It's good that you took them. You're smart. That's good, right? That's me being reasonable. That's my reasoning coming through. Yo, it's raining. Listen, I would bring Ring back. I would. But he's in the basement right now. He's locked up. He can only wave. I'm joking. He's very busy, guys. But he's gonna be back. If I see someone getting angry, oh my god. If I see someone getting angry, I'm gonna fucking pop them. If they become distant, you might freak out. Right? That's the problem. You might not understand it. You might not even understand because they're not communicating. Right? And that might be a problematic thing. But again, don't just focus on that. You need to look at the big picture. You know? My friend has ADHD, can be exhausting. Ross has the yellow papers. Yo, that's over. And by the way, I know what the fuck the yellow papers are. I know what the fuck the yellow papers are. And to be honest, I don't think I would be ashamed of having yellow papers. I don't think so. In fact, I think I would just be like, yeah, you know, I do have fucking yellow papers. Like, this is, yeah, okay, I have yellow papers. They're yellow. I didn't piss on them, by the way. I'm not doing anything with the pen. Why is it uncapped? It's capped. It's capped. Everything's okay. Don't worry. If I see someone getting angry, I just stare at them. If I see someone getting angry, I think, why are you spurging? Why are you being dramatic? Why are you being dramatic? Dave and Boss, ADHD isn't what most people think. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. His inflection? His inflection changes mid-sentence. His inflection changes mid-sentence. But dude, can you fucking do that though? Can you do what I do? His inflection changes mid-sentence. His inflection changes mid-sentence. Look at that shit. Wait, what the fuck? I have to. It makes things easier if I can be like, okay, you know, oh yeah. It's easier. It's easier, right? Woo-hoo-hoo. Rust. Yo, hello, Bellas Marvelas. I said Ring is not here, by the way. Rust, why are people messing with your profile? Bellas Marvelas. I haven't been on PDB for 3 weeks. 3 weeks I haven't been on PDB. Ever since I got my new PC, I did not have my login. And you know what? Best time of my fucking life. I don't need to fucking... I'm not on the Enneagram board. I'm not on Socionics board. I don't need to experience brain rot. That's all I can tell you. I'm free. I'm a free man. But not being on PDB for 3 weeks. Yeah, it's I've heard though. I've heard, you know, people tell me, oh, your profile, new profile, old profile. I'm like, how many fucking profiles you fucking dumb motherfuckers are doing? That's my fucking mindset. You care about my profile more than I care about you. That's cool. I don't fucking, dude, fuck PDB. Fuck PDB. I think over the years, I've become much less autistic. And I probably won't get diagnosed if I was taking a... Whoa! You're kind of saying like the autism or the 5 is the neurosis. You overcame the neurosis, you're less autistic. Fuck me, man. Huh? You don't. This is about the thousands of likes. Yo, he is very. Yo, wow. He's a very passionate guy. $200 notifications. Nah. I had like 900 notifications. Unironically, I had like at some point like I wasn't checking the 900 notifications. And then people are like, whoa, you should check the notifications. Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay. I'm sorry, bro. Invisible brain bro got me. It's invisible is very good though. It's not brain rot. Getting angry without saying why is kind of cringe. It's just to be dramatic. Yeah. Sometimes people get angry. I mean, usually if I would get angry, I would make sure you know, I don't know, like you'd know, because you'd ask me. Yeah, because I didn't check my notifications, you know, for a while, so I got 900, but I don't know, man. Fuck, my profile was man. Yeah, 900. But honestly, I like not being on PDB. I like it. I like not being on PDB. I suggest for anyone here who is on PDB, trust me. Do you like dealing with mentally ill people who are disabled? I don't actually like that. And it actually makes me more pissed when I see weird fucking takes. I open the fucking board. People have dumb takes. Oh, this type can be that. This type is, by the way, not like this. It makes me fucking, it annoys me. So I would rather not look at it. Simple. I took a break from several months, so that's good. You know, you did the good thing. Okay, guys, we're gonna be wrapping it up in 5 minutes or so. So, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think you're a 3-core, man. I don't think so. I don't think I broke my daily streak being on PDB for a good year. Kind of misrep. Yeah. Whoa! You miss rings yapping. So that's what the fuck this is. That's what this is. You just want motherfuckers to yap. You want the geekism. You want to hear the geekism. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Everyone. Oh, I miss Ring. Oh my god, miss Ring. I'll make sure to tell Ring how much you guys missed him. I will make sure. I will fucking tell him. Yo, everyone wanted you, bro. Holy shit. This is gonna make him feel so happy. Usually when there's geekism, I tune out. I want to hug Ring and tell him I'm glad he's back. Yeah, you guys are fucking acting like he just abandoned you, and you guys are he's your father. You guys are acting like the father went for milk. He didn't appear for 10 years. Now he's back, and you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, we missed you so much. Oh my god." Daddy Ring! Oh shit! Yo, he is gonna, he's gonna think you guys lost your fucking mind. Would you agree? I love how everyone's like saying weird shit, and then it's like a serious question. Would you agree that type influences hobbies? I completely reject the score. Just play more video games, not thinking about consequences. Yeah, I think so. I think our personality says even something about what we like to listen. I genuinely believe that. What we like to listen to, even our music. I think our personality affects our music, our clothes, our presentation. It manifests. It shows in all of those things. Bro, stop ignoring me. Do you think I can even do that? I don't even know what you wrote. Okay, sorry. I see it now. You think SP3 shouldn't be associated with P3. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's fucking weird. The P3, if you read it, it's very like theatrical and dramatic type. It's a bit weird. SP3 doesn't fit it as well. I think if you're an SP3, you might relate more to the P1. Yeah. I didn't give a fuck about school. You're anti-classic Socionics. That's true. He fucking is. He is, isn't he? Okay. Alright, boys, listen. Okay, guys, listen. You guys are fucking done anyway, right? So it's 2 hours, 20 minutes. We're off. And hopefully, I will take Ring and he's gonna be back hopefully, right? So we'll see guys. Okay guys, was good stream. Ciao. What's it? Buys, I'm Chaos, and I'm bouncing. Just like that.